The pleasure to have Terrence McAdoo, the Wolf of All Streets, in the building. I just felt like saying it. So what's good, McAdoo? What you got going on?
I'm here, baby.
All
I
right.
am here, finally. Thank y'all for having me here.
Well, it's our pleasure to have you in the building.
So I just came to share. I came to learn. I came to give. I came to spread love. That's what I do.
Well, spread the love. Tell us what you got to give. Let's let some of these folks know how important some things in life are. Like insurance, for an example.
Yes, that is an industry that I currently work in, particularly in the life insurance business. Which has not been very long. I've been in the life insurance business now, right at about a year. Mm-hmm. I had a really good friend kind of introduce me to the business. Shout to James Crooks, who also does a weekly show called Hustle Money. You guys should Google that, tune in. James Crooks Jr., Hustle Money. But he introduced me to the business of insurance and just selling insurance. And at first when we had the conversation, I disregarded him because I wasn't naturally a salesperson.
Right.
And I just kind of dismissed the idea of selling anything. That just wasn't my plan. But we remained friends, and we're still friends, and he would just kind of drop jewels here and there over time. And it just got to a point where I was like, okay, what is he really talking about? And one day we just had a conversation about the earning potential and the kind of money he was making. And, we all want to live good. We all want to make good money.
Right.
And once he started telling me about these numbers, my interest peaked. My eyes got wider, and I was just a bit more interested in what the conversation was turning into. And I was like, all right, I'm listening. So, we could fast forward a little bit to December 2016. I took a few extra steps and started the licensing process. I got my state license after going through the course. And I immediately started to sell insurance. Mm-hmm. It was not a field I ever thought that I would be working in. It's not anything I ever thought that I would be doing, was selling anything. But I started doing it. The more I did it, the more money I made. The easier it became. The more I was learning. So fast forward a couple more months, and I decided to walk away from a job that I had been in for almost 9 years, a field that I worked in for 14 years, but a job that I had for 9 years. My goal was just simply to replace my income. Mm-hmm. And when I walked away February 24th of 2017, which we're about a week out from that right now, it's been almost a year. Mm-hmm. Between March of 2017 to the end of the year, December, I replaced my salary a few times over. And that's all it really took for me, was just to see just how quickly I could turn thousands of dollars versus, being somewhere and maybe not seeing the money as quickly, in even a few months. But it was so much easier for me to do that and make money, a couple $1,000s in a day or so,
right?
Versus waiting on that kind of money for a whole month,
right?
um, so yeah, I know I'm getting a little long with it, but I'm just trying to explain, how it works, or the way I saw it, not necessarily how it works, but the way I saw it. And my time is valuable. That is our biggest asset.
Mm-hmm.
We oftentimes say we ain't got time. I ain't got time.
Right.
And honestly, you don't. Like, you don't have time to waste. So you try to maximize your time and get the most out of it. And in doing what I was doing, I was getting the most for my time. So, today, I make my own schedule. I work when I want to work, but I try to produce at a high level. I have a lot of flexibility and freedom to just kind of, spend time with family, hang out with my kids, or travel, or whatever it is that I want to do. If it's a Monday morning and I decide I don't want to work that day, then it's easy for me to make that decision.
Right.
So yeah, that's long story short. Although it's kind of long, but that's pretty much how it worked out for me.
Right. So outside of the earning potential, you guys are genuinely helping families and people
Yes.
Secure their legacy. It's a lot of folks out here, I'm chasing the bag, securing my legacy, but you don't have life insurance, so chasing your bag means absolutely nothing. You ain't got no life insurance, okay? So secure your legacy the right way. So, I mean, what's that like, dealing with people that don't have life insurance and trying to get them to understand?
Anytime you're dealing with people, especially when it comes to how they use their resources, particularly money, it can be a challenge. But we're not talking about selling shoes or selling cars or things where people feel like they have some real choices or options.
Right.
Everybody knows at some point they're going to leave this earth. Everybody knows that putting yourself in a position where you have some life insurance is a really great benefit, and it's going to secure your family. If you got kids or grandkids, that could help them go to school, that could help them buy that first house, or whatever the case might be. Everybody knows that at some point they're going to need life insurance.
Right.
And that's why it was a bit more attractive to me from a sales standpoint, because I was selling something that I knew at some point everybody needed.
Right.
So when you sitting down having these conversations with people, some people know what they want, and it's not very hard at all. Some people realize the importance of having it, and you don't have to do a whole lot of work. You just explain how it works. You go through some details, and it's a done deal. And then you got folks who are a bit hard-headed. They rather wait a little longer.
Right.
The longer you wait, the more it costs. And they don't see the value right then. They don't understand the importance. Some people want to think about it. Some people want to talk to other friends or family. And a lot of times you let them do that. It's a real natural process, honestly. A lot of people make the decision about life insurance just like they make a lot of other decisions. But when I think about those decisions and how they're made, I think about how I make decisions. Sometimes when I want to buy something, I may go to the website, put it in my cart, go through the whole process, and don't even check out because I'm thinking about it. Do I really want this? Do I really need this? But if that thing is on my mind, and eventually I go back to it, if it's something that I really feel like I need or want. But in this case, it is a need. We all need it. So the goal is to make sure that we get as many people covered as possible, and have the right protection, not just have insurance, but to have the right situation, putting them in the best possible position they can be in for something that's cost effective for their budget. So right now, I work with Senior Insurance Group, And I mean, it's a hell of an agency to work for, but
shout out to SIG.
I am an independent broker with SIG, and I don't desire to be anywhere else doing what I'm doing. We help a lot of folks, primarily in Virginia and in North Carolina, but we work with folks everywhere. So tune into the website. I mean, not tune into the website, but log onto the website. Check us out. If you have any questions about life insurance, you can definitely catch me. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop my social media. The Wolf of All Streets. That is the Wolf of All Streets. Has an X at the end, not an S. You can also catch me at Terrence McAdoo on Facebook. Also, SIGfinalexpense.com should you have any interest in the business part of insurance. But we're going to be around for quite some time.
Yeah, or just getting a policy in general. I think that's dope. So the difference between whole and term, right? This is like,
yeah.
What's the best route to go for some of these youngins out here that really need some life insurance? What's for anybody in general, but
the best route to take a lot of times depends on the situation. Term insurance is exactly what it sounds like. It's a temporary coverage. It's going to cover you for a certain number of years or a certain amount of time. At that point, the term ends and all the money that you've put into it just kind of goes away. The coverage goes away as well. Now, there are several different types of term insurance that, I don't want to bore you with that tonight, but
it's a lot.
It is certainly a lot.
I've read some of it. It's a lot of information.
Yeah, so
head might explode.
You wanna go with the best option for your situation. A lot of people who buy term insurance are younger folks, younger professionals, people who are growing their families, or they just started in their careers and they have kids, and obviously you want to maximize the benefit when your kids are younger, so that if something should happen to you, it may pay off the house, or help your other half take care of the kids and things like that. But there are whole life options for younger people. Whole life is exactly what it sounds like. It'll cover you for your whole life or the rest of your life. It's typically at a fixed rate. The amount of insurance coverage stays the same throughout your life. It also builds a cash value over time. So it builds cash into the policy. Some people borrow against that cash. There are certain ramifications that come with borrowing, but that's a living benefit of having whole life insurance. And mostly whole life insurance, as far as what I do day to day, I deal with a lot of 50 plus year old folks, usually in that senior realm of age ranges that buy whole life coverage. But we particularly work in the final expense business. And final expense it works much like whole life. I mean, it is a type of whole life coverage. But they are policies that range in value from, about $2,000 or $3,000 up to $30,000 or $40,000. And that's for when the kids are grown and gone and you have, not as many liabilities, not as many bills and debts. And you start to consider, you're on the second half of your life. You want to make sure that you have some coverage there to take care of those final arrangements or some final debts.
You said the second half of your life?
Yeah, so I have a pretty interesting theory about that.
Lord Jesus, I just thought Stella had got her groove back. I'm on the second half.
I don't want to kill your vibe.
My vibe died.
But
on my
you know, my philosophy on that is, you know, we all have, I guess, a certain number of years that we're gonna live. I guess nobody really knows when that time is gonna be up. But presumably, we live to whatever the life expectancy is at this point. I think it might be, you know, 78 years old, somewhere around 80, somewhere between 75 and 80. And when we're younger, we feel like, you know, this euphoric feeling like we're going to live forever, we can do anything, and, you know, it's kind of like fame. But
I got that Forever Young song in my head at this point.
That's cool too. Like, you're only as old as you feel. However, we get old most of the time. And the thing about it is, if the life expectancy is roughly 80 years old, you live to be 40. You know, that's the midpoint. So after 40, you're on the back half of your life.
Damn,
as far as I'm concerned. And at that point, you start to look at life differently. You start to live in a very different way.
Right.
You start to look at things differently. Things that used to bother you don't bother you sometimes.
That's true.
Things that didn't used to bother you now bother you sometimes. That's how it works. But, you know, just to kind of stay on the subject of what we're talking about, you are at a point where you want to maximize what you got left, right? However many years that may be. And when you do that, most people start to unload responsibility because your kids are gone. If you have kids, if you have a spouse, then, you know, maybe it's just you and your spouse. If you don't, you don't. But you start to unload. That's why, you know, a lot of people you see in the retirement range, they start to, you know, they don't live in these big houses anymore. They downsize to apartments and condos, retirement communities, things like that. So in unloading some of that responsibility, you unload some of the expenses. And that's what final expense is designed for. We work with a lot of folks who get Social Security benefits or disability benefits. Those folks, you know, of course, are on fixed incomes, and a lot of the plans that we have are designed for folks who are on fixed incomes. So that's kind of what final expense is for.
Gotcha.
So, you know, we make it work for them, however it needs to work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Who's some of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe some of the strangest reasons you've heard from people on why they need to wait to talk to somebody about getting coverage, or let me think about it, or, you know, it's some of the weird conversations you've had with individuals who know damn well they need life insurance, but for some reason they got to wait on it. They call my auntie, see what she say.
We'd be here all night. Like, I got a lot of stories I could tell about that. And, I mean, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know, when you're talking about somebody spending their money, especially, you know, all the companies we work with, they do bank draft. And when you're dealing with seniors, a lot of times they can get a little leery about somebody going in their accounts, especially when you're on a fixed income.
They still doing money orders.
They ain't even, some of them ain't even on money orders. They still looking for the insurance man to come by and pick up the payment. You know, that's not what we do. We don't come by every month to pick up the payment. But, you know, a whole lot of stories out there. I mean, people will, I mean, for lack of a better term, shoot you to shit in a minute.
Right.
Like, they will tell you lies. They will see you standing at the door and not open it after they've invited you to come. You know,
like Jehovah's Witnesses. You open up that door.
You know, you come with the best of intentions and you come to help them. But I mean, these things happen. You have kids come to the door and say, "My mama said she ain't home," and But I mean, you know, that's the type of stuff that come along with the business. But you know, we're here to help,
right?
Honestly, and the other part of it is because we know that there are so many people out there in not so good situations or just not covered at all. That makes us push so much harder as an agency, not for our own growth, but to make sure that, you know, we get our point across, to make sure that we make sense in the community on why this is important.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I need y'all to get y'all life together. Get you some insurance right away. So at this point, we're gonna tune into a real quick song. We Swerving with somebody. I forgot what he just said. But we swerving on this side.
Ain't that serious over here? Tell him, Mello. The new wave. VBS. I'm gonna get you, sucker, and I mean it. The Wayne brothers wouldn't eat supper without Keenan. But I'm more like Canaan, my wolves didn't thieving. Somebody tell Dredd I'm leaving his head leaking. I lost my nigga to some piff again. He said he wasn't crying, he was whistling. We used to get them packs sent to Michigan. Detroit bitch, he Mustang, that's a Pistons win. But I've been playing with the fish again. My little bro ran off, I couldn't get to him. Now I'm asking mama, should I put the blick to him? I owe the plug, this little nigga got some shit with him. My face card looking funny now. I'm loading up the 40, need 100 down. These broke niggas thinking small, they just wanna hit the mall. You could've checked them with a car. But now you forcing my hand, soon as I clap his mama, them is getting all on the stand. I'm in the hood, finished all of my grand. I wish you would, I put my life, VBS is the brand. I got a thing for the project. I'm 21 on the field with Dion high steps. I'm with my bitch eating couscous, cause I'm like Emmitt Smith with this. When you from the hood, they gon' lie to you. I'm up to no good, they gon' lie to you. They don't want me sitting in the winner's row. But I started winning when I let it go. When you from the hood, they gon' lie to you. I'm up to no good, they gon' lie to you. They don't want me sitting in the winner's row. But I started winning when I let it go. Let me go. Why everybody think the world is round? I say it's flat. First rapper threat in my life, he getting clapped. I put my life in this booth, been banging like barbarians. Caveman, cook up a cake, mama Sicilian. C-section, baby, 10-pound king. My girl know I love her, but she gon' need a ring. I'm from the mud where the women get dirty too. I should be dead, how the fuck I make 32? New York nigga got 130 shoes, but that's backwards. I should've made a business boom. My bitch head like Heidi Klum. When I'm away, she keep that shit tighter than 90 Jews. I ain't concerned with your shiny jewels. I've been around gold diggers for so long, I'm finding room. I sing with animals like Busta Moon, but they ain't get that. I said I sing with animals like Busta Moon. They gon' lie to you. I'm up to no good, they gon' lie to you. They don't want me sitting in the winner's row. But I started winning when I let it go. When you from the hood, they gon' lie to you. I'm up to no good, they gon' lie to you. They don't want me sitting in the winner's row. But I started winning when I let it go. Let me go.
I'm at the halfway mark of my life. But you know what? Guess what? On my halfway mark, I'm about to leave here and turn up. About to live the life because I'm halfway. Damn it, man. They gave me something to think about.
I'll be 40 next year.
Okay. I'm half. Well, okay, we ain't gonna talk about me. We just know I'm halfway. It's turn up time. So anyway, now that we back, welcome back. So listen, I know you got it's a whole lot of process that go along with this whole insurance piece. So just kind of let the folks know, you know, if they looking to get a policy, information on actually joining the agency, you know, how they can get that ball rolling.
A couple different ways. So if you are out there, you listening, and you need some life insurance, We work with upwards of about 40 carriers, and some of the lowest cost carriers in the country. I know, any insurance agent or company would tell you like, we got the lowest rates and da 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 da. That's kind of a sales gimmick, but I've seen how we work when we're in the field, and we do these things called replacements, where basically somebody's in a situation, they got some coverage, they're overpriced or they're overpaying for the type of coverage they have, and we'll come in, assess what they have, and put them in a better situation. Same type of coverage, no 2-year waits, no 3-year waits, and things like that. So, we do that every day. And a lot of folks end up qualifying for free coverage. But, most people are scared of the word free. They don't believe in free. But, it happens. It happens every day. So if you need some coverage, you can go to the website. It is www.myburialinsurance.com. There is some contact information on that site that will allow you to get in contact with us. Again, you can reach us on our social media at Terrence McAdoo on Facebook, James Crooks Jr. also on Facebook. But you can reach me directly, 336-508-0089. If you're serious about getting this coverage and putting it in place and making sure your family is secure, I'll be more than glad that, we're trying to help you out. Now, if you are interested in the business of insurance, I would also provide the same information to you. Reach out to me, 336-508-0089. We can have a conversation about it. We can Skype about it. We can email or text or however it works for you. But also, I challenge you to visit www.sig, that's Senior Insurance Group, but the letters SIG, finalexpense.com. That'll provide a good amount of information to you. It'll allow you to reach out to us through the website and to express your interest in maybe starting a career in insurance or life insurance particularly.
Got you. So I know you have a boot camp.
Yes.
That's tomorrow.
Yes.
So what's up with that?
We are hosting a boot camp / training or / informational session for newer agents, for agents who are in the licensing class right now. That is tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if you are interested in attending, again, reach out to me, 336-508-0089, and I'll make sure to get those details to you as far as what the location is. But it is tomorrow, February 17th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We welcome anybody that has, has a genuine interest in being a part of what we do. So we're more than glad to share that information with you.
So at the boot camp, is that like helping individuals that's already signed up in the class, or getting people signed up, or just giving information and sort of like some tutoring?
It's both. It's both actually. So we will have obviously agents that are already licensed with the agency and who are already producing and out there working. We will also have some new agents who just were recently licensed and just started with us. But there will also be a handful of folks there who are in the licensing course and not quite licensed yet, who will be participating with us and getting some information, some valuable training. This training is free. It doesn't cost you anything. The information is free. So come out if you're interested. Get the information. If you got questions, we'll definitely get them answered for you. But this is solely about making you better. This is about the agents that we have on board, making sure they have the tools that they need to go out here and not only help people, but to be successful at it and, you know, make a good living from it.
Got you. And you guys will be at the mixer tomorrow as well?
Yes, there is a mixer tomorrow. If you are in the Greensboro area, we will be at Silo, which is at the Mill Entertainment Complex, downtown Greensboro. It is on the south part of Elm Street downtown. We are there tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It is a networking mixer. We invite all young professionals, old professionals, whatever you do. If you are in the small business arena, you know, come on out, meet some folks. You never know who you might meet. Bring some business cards. Come ready to talk. Come ready to mingle. We will have the bar open. There'll be some music. Just come out and have a good time. Meet some folks and walk away with some new contacts. The bar will absolutely be open.
The bar, yes, is open. But we definitely appreciate you coming through, dropping knowledge on,
absolutely,
you know, folks who need to get their life together, get them some insurance. I would just like to say this to my family and friends that may be listening. If you don't have any life insurance, I'm going to need you to get some. Okay, so I need you to holler at McAdoo so he can get you a policy, or holler at somebody. The reason why I'm saying this is because you leave away from here with no policy. I am not participating in a GoFundMe page, because you know how black people do. We always going to fund somebody. Go fund yourself, get you a policy, and then we won't have to do that. Put together plate sales and who gonna pay for what. Ain't nobody got time for that.
We miss you t-shirts.
I mean, yeah, we not doing that. I'm not doing that. In 2018, if you're part of my family and you pass away with no insurance policy, guess what? Your ass might lay in the morgue as a Jane Doe or a John Doe until the state figure out how they gonna get you in the ground, because you ain't had no policy. Okay? Get your life together. I'm already halfway in my life. Damn it. That just kind of made me sad.
Hey, those halfway. That's like the best years of your life.
The best though, because I don't even look like halfway. It's your girl Keeta Sweets. It's all about the move. What's your next move? Make it